I think Clayton's gonna fuck Shanae.
I honestly,
before
I
Fantasy
agree.
Suites, you're saying?
Yeah,
I think
like in
Clayton's
2 weeks.
I think Clayton's gonna fuck Shanae.
Like I think she's gonna come to his room.
Yes, and he's gonna do it because he's a boy, and she's an attractive blonde who is putting it all out there, and he's not seeing how she's acting to the other girls, and she's really laying it on thick, and he's gonna have a moment of weakness, and he's gonna fuck her. And all hell is going to break loose.
Right, okay.
And that's when he goes to church.
And here's why I agree with you. This whole time we've been seeing previews where he says, I was intimate with both of you. Mm-hmm. There is I would say a 0% chance that happens at the time that they want us to think that it happens.
Right.
That has to happen like in the next couple weeks.
You're saying like you think that happens before Fantasy Suites.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that like throws everything into a tizzy.
I believe that.
And I bet one of them is Shanae.
And the other is Sarah.
Oh, interesting. Interesting choice.
Whatever, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, she's just throwing names.
I'm just throwing names, but I think he's gonna fuck Shanae, and I want him to.
Yeah.
Because not that I really want him to, like I'd prefer if he didn't actually, because I find her quite annoying. But for show's sake,
yeah.
How crazy will it be if he fucks Shanae before Fantasy Suites and everyone finds out?
Right, because if what we're saying is true, and I believe that it is, then he sleeps with 2 people before Fantasy Suites.
So that means he fucks like 5 people on the show.
I don't know if this. Yeah, I don't know if it's true.
Unless those 2 people make it to Fantasy Suites.
Yep.
Yeah, something's up with that preview, and that makes me believe what you're saying about Shanae or whoever.
Exactly. Like the preview, there has to be some kind of twist. Anyway, Shanae puts all this effort in, as she claims, but it's actually Gabby who, won the challenge of the day. And Gabby's laughing. She's joking with herself. I think like everybody can just relate to that a little bit more. Like she seems like someone who can actually have fun and laugh at herself and make jokes. And so she gets like whatever prize you want to, Master Baywatch Lifeguard. I don't know what exactly that title was. And then during the night portion, cocktail portion of the date, everybody is feeling great. And that is when first Rachel sat down with him and was like looking for some validation, which was an interesting move. Like she's like, oh, the other girls feel so validated, and I don't like. It was interesting.
Why do I not recall that?
Oh, you don't remember that?
She was like, oh, like have you been playing hard to get?
Yeah, she was like, how come all the other girls are feeling validated or like getting validation from you? And which is when he like was like, no, we got a great connection. And of course that works. He has his shirt off again with Gabby because his sunburn.
He got sunburnt.
He got
That's
really,
right.
Yeah.
Tough.
Tough
Just like
sunburn.
a weird looking sunburn too. It wasn't
tank top
like
sunburn.
Tank top sunburn, yeah.
Guy thinks he's tougher than the sun.
Did it again. Bang. Knuckles.
Fist pump. Yeah. Make sure you get
Can't miss Franny.
Yeah. Please don't.
Barstool deep
That's
cut.
24 hours.
Yeah. She
you were going crazy.
I'm on a fist pump counter between me and Fran now. That's 4 and 24 hours.
Yep.
Okay.
And has a giant bottle of aloe, which she rubs all over him because, he is very burnt. I like that. I think that's cute. That's goofy. That's like a way to, laugh about it.
There's nothing worse than the sunburn. There are few things that are worse than that.
Hey, you ever get a sunburn that actually causes you physical pain? And I'm not saying like, ouch, ouch, like your bones hurt, like your muscles hurt.
Yeah.
So that's happened to me. Like one time I got a really bad sunburn and I was like, why does my back ache and my arms ache, like I can't lift my arm? And I asked my aunt, I was like, can a sunburn make you feel physically sore? And she was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like sun's crazy.
Anything that
wear
makes
protection,
come back
folks.
to haunt you down the line in your life too.
For sure. And anything worse, anything that makes sleeping and showering that much worse, you're just like, I can't escape this. And it's the worst.
So Shanae sits down with Clayton and says, still having problems with Elizabeth. She's still on my back. She's a bully. She's a liar. She's toxic. All of these things. And it turns into a total he said, she said, really. It's a she said, because Shanae is telling Clayton Elizabeth is this big bad bully, and Elizabeth gets to talk to him, and he's like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. I'm only nice to her. She gets upset. She starts crying. And the whole thing is crazy. Like, sometimes these are the types of people that I don't understand. I'm like, you're either going on this show with the plan to come off looking like a giant asshole, or you just are a giant asshole, I guess is really where you're at, right? Like, because she's in her interview, you're in your interview. This is recorded. You're on camera. You're talking about it. And she's talking about that, and she's like, oh my God, he believed me. I have him. She was like, I was good. Like, holy crap, I was good. She said, I didn't need to cry, but I cried. Like, and then she did this fuck Elizabeth dance. Like, she had her fingers up. It was like, it was wild.
Right, because I would imagine Shanae has watched this show. She knows how to play the game a little bit. But she's also seen the people who then leave the show or are off the show. She's now just Shanae, who was like the villain on the show to everyone on social media and everywhere. So it really is like, it's quite a choice to make than to become that person.
Shanae became the villain when she Shanae-nade.
Yeah,
in everyone's faces.
Correct. Yeah. But this is like that's true.
Yeah.
This is like such a decision to pretend to be upset and to try to get this other girl in trouble with Clayton is like.
To just double down, like multiple group dates to be like, hey, me again. Let's talk about Elizabeth. Like, just on a mission to get Elizabeth sent home, it feels like. And Clayton really wants nothing to do with it. He says to Elizabeth, like, can you guys figure this out? Like, can you just like talk it out? Hash things out is what he said. Like, can you just like maybe get past this? Because you both are telling me two different things and I don't know what to believe.
And poor Elizabeth feels like she's going crazy.
She does.
Because every time she sits down with Clayton, he's like, hey, I've been hearing this thing from Shanae. And she's like, I can't even sit down and have a regular conversation with you because you are just always asking me questions about this situation where
you don't know anything about me.
Right. She's like, I've done nothing wrong. I just don't know why we keep talking about this.
And let's not forget Lindsay. Sweet Lindsay, who starts crying, who goes to the group and says, "Do you guys think I'm bullying Shanae?" Like, and she was so thrown off, and like Clayton is like, I think yelling at all these people, being like, "Stop bullying Shanae," but he doesn't know the right side of the story.
I mean, that's crazy that we also did not see. Like, they did not show us the part where Shanae also must have brought up Lindsay's name, because she comes back and she's like, does anyone think I've bullied Shanae here? And then she said, that's what our conversation was about. She's like, that's what me and Clayton talked about.
Right. They didn't even show Clayton bringing it up to Lindsay. She just came back to the group in tears. I felt really bad for Lindsay.
Yeah. And everybody comes back to the group. They're trying to get Shanae to confess to anything she's not. And Elizabeth was just like, why am I going to be your friend or talk to you? Like, if you're just going to continue to do this stuff with me. And just like, she's like, just, be concerned with yourself and leave me out of it. It's just going on too much. Thankfully, Shanae didn't get a rose or anything like that. We didn't have to worry about a Cassidy situation. That group date rose went to Gabby, who I felt very well deserved. I like Gabby.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Clayton, the episode ends with Clayton sitting down and being like, I'm really frustrated with what's going on right now. And we'll address it prior to the rose ceremony, which we have not seen yet. That'll be on next week. So
it'll be interesting to see if Clayton takes the right side here going forward.
Yeah.
He
was tweeting last night. Like, he was tweeting watching the episode being like, damn, I really didn't know like what was going on.
I think he said something about like, I feel like I'm watching two different movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. He said, oh boy, what I was being told then and what I'm seeing now is like watching two different movies. And then he also retweeted an account that said the quote of when Shanae was like, oh my God, he believed me, I've got him, I was good. And the account wrote, is Shanae admitting to All Bachelor Nation that she's lying and playing Clayton? And Clayton retweeted that and wrote, oof, with the eye emojis.
Yeah, and to answer your question, Rhea, I would say that I don't know, because Clayton seems to like making out with Shanae quite a bit. Yep. And I understand that. She's a good-looking woman throwing herself at him.
Oh, well, I can answer my own question. There's no way. He obviously keeps Shanae because he's going to fuck her.
That's your theory.
Yeah. So I'm going to stick by that one.
I wonder,
And I will say,
I'm sorry I'm saying that so...
Yeah, it's a little crass.
It's a little vulgar.
It's a little crass.
It is. And I apologize.
Okay, no problem.
He's going to bang her.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's very much like in the preview for next week too.
Right.
So like if we're going right into a rose ceremony, like to start the episode, I feel like she's sticking around because they're all still talking about Shanae. So
yeah,
we probably still have a little bit more time with her. And
Poor
like
Elizabeth.
Rhea said, could be more than that.
Fornication will happen.
There could be more than that.
and more shrimp.
And it does seem
There was
like
more shrimp in the preview.
it does seem like
So another
Shrimpgate is going to continue.
another opportunity for us
That's true.
to get Noah more
That
shrimp.
is true.